Hello everybody, welcome back to Resin. Today we have just kind of a fun project to do. We are going to be working with this little lizard that I've used before, but I found something kind of fun. We're going to be using these. This is something that I got on Temu, and these are actually made for nails. Okay, so maybe your local nail artist would know how to use these on nails, but I bought them for my resin. So what I'm going to do is I found one that I really liked that I thought would be fun to use with this lizard. And it's kind of like a snake skin, look to it. See? But we're going to go ahead and give it a try in this. And, you know, we live here in Arizona, so there's a lot of those colored lizards and geckos and things around here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to find my black pen so I can go ahead and do the eyes. I have all kinds of little eyes that I just bought, and I don't know what I did with them. Okay, so I've got some eyes here. My resin's getting kind of warm, so we're going to go ahead and pour a bit in. Oh, I forgot I was going to use up my little eyes. See if I can get them just to stick with a bit of this. If they will. See if they'll stick in there. Let's see if that's in the eye. My ball's kind of going straight up and down. There we go. That looks like that's going to work because my resin's getting kind of thick and sticky. I'm just going to see if I can get it to stick there. Tweezers. Let's see, I think that eye is going the other way. I don't have to be exact, but it'd be nice if his little pupils were at least going the same direction. Okay, there we go. So they're in there just kind of standing up like that. And now I'm going to pour just a thin layer here. Just then, it's definitely getting thicker. It's okay, I don't want very much up there in the head. Okay, so here is this film. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to start maybe about there. And we'll go, you can cut off a little piece here to fit in. Go down the center. This is not very thick. It's kind of like a film. It's not very thick at all. We want it to go, I want this to be down the center of him. Not sure how it's going to curve. Might not curve very well. Let's see. Let me see. Just kind of get it in that area there. I'm sure there's probably an easier way to do this, and I'm probably not doing it. But my resin's getting hot, so I'm kind of hurrying here. I have to get a little snip here so that curves better. Same over here. There we go. So, you know, this is one of those great examples of me saying that my projects are to give you guys inspiration. It doesn't mean that I always do it right, okay, or that I am doing it the easiest way. It just is to give you ideas. And then a lot of you are so talented, much more talented than I am. So, gosh, take these kinds of ideas and put your own spin on it, or copy it exactly if you want to. But my channel is really only meant to inspire you. I help when I can, as far as like with questions, but I don't expect anybody to think that I've got this all figured out, because a lot of times I do not. Under there. Okay. I think what I'm going to have to do is then fill this with like a tannish brown, probably. Let's see here. I'm going to trim this because get that out of the way. Let's see how much we need for that little face. Are my eyes still where they need to be? Nope, looks like they're staying put pretty much. If I can get this film in there, it might kind of actually help hold those eyes up. Let's see here. I think I just need about like that, maybe. Spray my scissors resin on there. You don't want to leave resin on your scissors. I've had that happen. When I first started, I resined a pair of scissors shut. And I was disappointed. It was one of my favorite pairs, my favorite craft pair. Okay, so let's see if we can get that down inside of there. Oops, I need some more on that. Okay, get that in there. Now this is definitely going to have to cure before we can do the next step. Go ahead and pour the rest of this resin in. Definitely thick and blobby now. And that's okay. That's exactly kind of what I was hoping for. Okay, so right now, this does not look like very much. Looks like kind of a mess. We might have some bubbles in here. But I'm going to go ahead and just kind of, since my resin's really getting thick, I'm going to go ahead and try to seal up some of those gaps. So the reason why I'm doing this is, like I said, I just want to make sure when I come in and I do like brown or a greenish brown or whatever we decide to do for the bottom of the lizard, I want to make sure that there's no big gapes where the skin is going to get covered with the color. Okay, I don't want the color going underneath my pattern. And I don't have anything here at the tip of the tail. That's okay. We'll just have a little bit of whatever color we've got for that. And then when everything else is cured, we can come in and just snip off these little extra pieces here. If they don't want to, that one might just lay down. All right, there we go. Okay, I feel a little bit better about this now. Okay, there we go, guys. That's all we're going to do for now. I might give it a quick spray of alcohol, but we're going to let it cure, and then we'll be back to do the undercoat. Okay, I will see you all in just a bit. Okay, everyone, we are back with this little lizard, and he is cured. There's a couple of little places here, I don't know if you can see, kind of bunched up, but it doesn't go very far. I can feel with my fingernail here that it's full of cured resin. This part comes away just a bit, but I don't anticipate, when we go to fill this up, I don't anticipate coming up over the edge. So that shouldn't make a difference there. Okay, same over here. You can see we've got some of the film here, but it's all solid underneath. So the resin will not go underneath that. So let's go ahead and figure out. All right, I'm going to guess about, let's see, what have I got in here? I've got 7 ounces of J-Diction made up. And I'm going to guess this is going to take probably a good 2, maybe 3 ounces, because we've got to do the legs. So let's see, start with that maybe. Okay, there's 3 ounces here. That should be more than enough. Now, his color is kind of that brownish gray, and I don't want it to be metallic like with a mica powder. So I'm going to come in here and use a bit of my sepia India ink, just not very much. A little bit of this goes a long way. A lot of bubbles in there. It'll be all foam. Let's see. I think I might also add just a bit of sand to give it some texture. Right now it looks just kind of a little bit like muddy water. Needs to be a bit darker than that. Okay. I don't want any more than that, what I just put in. Hopefully it's not too much. Might have to add a bit of white if I need to tone it down a bit. Okay, it's still a bit opaque. So let's see here. Wish I had some mica powder that just was not shimmery. Add just a little bit of silver white. Make sure my stick is dry. A little bit in there. You know, part of the fun of some of these projects is really just being able to play around with your colors, mixing things together, seeing what kind of different outcome you get. This looks a little bit more like the color I wanted for his feet. Still very see-through. Would that be okay, I wonder? It's not going to be very deep, so let's see. Kind of golden. Yeah. Let's go ahead and put some sand in there. I'm just going to use my craft sand. This is Ashland brand, but you can get craft sand just about anywhere. I'm just going to pour some in. Let's see if that's enough. maybe a bit more. This is going to end up being way more than what we need. That's okay. I can always make this the bottom of a ocean tray or something, whatever I've got left. There we go. I think that's a bit better. I need a plastic spoon. All right, I'm going to go get a plastic spoon really quick, and then I'm going to just hand dip it in there. I don't think I've got one out here. All right, I'll be right back. Here we go. Now, this way I can kind of reach in there and get the thicker parts of the sand. Let's see, is that enough? Actually, I'm thinking I might need a bit more. I'm definitely going to have enough to start a tray or something. Okay, that's better. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can just start spooning this in. Get that into the head down there. There it goes. I can watch it just close up. Don't have to worry about it being a big gap of a bubble there. Uh-oh, I'm a little bit too fast on that one. Just get it down here into the tip of the tail. Go ahead and scoot some of this back down this way. There we go. Okay. Oh, the spoon's probably not the best idea. Should just be using this little craft stick. I don't mind overfilling the feet because I can come back and scoop that overage out. And then you end up with a nice flush little feet there, all into the toes. Okay. And lastly, we got this over here. Okay. Now when you're working with sand, you're going to get usually all kinds of bubbles in there. So you can just let them rise up to the top. Give it a few minutes. Go through here and kind of get our overage out. You can see how it just really forms into the little individual toes and feet. So that's why when there's small areas like that on a flat mold, I like to just go over and then come in and just scrape it all even. Go back that way. A bit more room in that foot. Okay. And there we go. All right, you guys, I'm going to give this a spray of alcohol. And it's kind of early here today, so this will be ready today. I don't want to put it in my curing machine, not with the film in there, because even though it's cured, if it gets hot, any parts that are sticking out will probably definitely curl. And since these bubbles are on the bottom, don't really care a whole lot about that. So, all right, when he's cured, we will take him out and unmold him. I'm excited to see him. See you then. Okay, everybody, our lizard is pretty much dry, so let's take him out of here and see how he looks. He's pretty cured. He's a little still, just a bit bendy. His little arms and feet and stuff there. But it's okay. He's cured enough for me to take him out of here. His little feet out. Just kind of helps to do it from underneath. So I got a little bit of overage here, right here. So sometimes when you do have a bit of overage, it is kind of nice to take them out while they're a bit bendy so that you can just pick that stuff off really easily. And I got a little bit, so probably going to fast forward this section really quickly while I get that part done. I think I've got a big bubble in the side of his head. There we go. So I will say that I can feel a bubble on the side of his head, and I have not even turned it over yet to see it, but it feels like a pretty good size. That's okay, because sometimes, you know, not all of our projects turn out exactly the way that we want them to. So we will just have to figure out a way to fill that bubble full of resin. Okay, maybe some UV resin. But first, let's turn this over and see what the rest of them looks like. Here we go. Oh gosh, look at that. That's actually pretty cool looking. Pretty cool looking. Now right here, this is where that stuff was kind of bent right here. And I was hoping that that wouldn't really make that much of a difference, because down inside of there, you can see, down inside of there, it just is still in there. So I was hoping that it would just kind of, that the 3D part would come out and kind of magnify that, and it really wouldn't be such a crease. But it is, and it's okay. We've got plenty. We can make another one and kind of learn from this one. But what do you think about the eyes? That's kind of cool looking, huh? Yeah, that's actually kind of cool. And a little bit of the sand in with his body. I mean, probably didn't really need it, but because this was so textured, I thought it might look kind of funny if he was just, you know, either clear or had no anything. But gosh, that really looks like, really actually just kind of looks like snake skin, doesn't it? Yeah, shoot. Okay, so, you know, all the rest of this actually would be okay, except for that big crease right there. I don't know if there's any way I can fix that. I don't think that there is. Here is the bubble that's on the side of his head. It's huge, but we are going to try to fix that with some UV resin. And I think what happened is I can feel right in here. You know, I didn't spray. Remember when I poured this, I said I'm not going to spray any alcohol in there. Famous last words. So this is exactly right here. Is exactly why I spray alcohol into my molds. Should have done that then. So let's see. He would have been this way. It would have been right here where we would have caught that bubble. And yeah, I should have given it a quick squeeze around there. But other than that, and the fact that he does kind of look like snake skin, I don't know. What do you guys think for our first try? I've got quite a bit of that stuff. I do kind of, it was fun doing the eyes that way. Usually I just use a black marker in there. I don't know if I've got his eyes the right way. Maybe they were supposed to go the other way. I feel like they should have gone sideways. I feel like that might be more of a dragon eye. I don't know. But anyway, all right. Well, there he is. And it was fun to do. But I've got to perfect this. I've got to figure this out. The bubble was an easy fix, and I just didn't even think to check it. But got to figure out how to fix that. But in the meantime, here he is. It was fun to do. Let me know what you guys think of the project. I mean, obviously the finished result wasn't perfect, but I see that it has a lot of possibilities. So anyway, all right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Let me know your thoughts on, you know, if you think we should try this again, maybe with different color or something. But gosh, that's actually really cool. I'm not going to add it to this video, fixing this bubble here, but I am going to go ahead and film it, and then let me know if anybody's interested in seeing it, and I'll just post it as a separate quick video of how to fill this kind of a thing in when you've got a problem like that. And otherwise, I will bring you down for like a quick close-up of that texture. Looks really cool. I'm just so disappointed in that part, but you know, like I said, you live and learn, and they don't all turn out great. So, all right. Thanks everybody for joining me, and I hope you get creative and try something like this, and I hope yours turns out better, and I'll see you all next time.